If you look at the unsafe conditions, with 4%, if you go back to the analysis, and these unsafe conditions again happen because of human error. Take an example, the cable laid on the ground. The cable laid on the ground, whose mistake? It's we have done that. It's not because of the management failure. We usually blame because of the management failure. So any unsafe conditions, we will give a thought to us that it's because of human error. Okay. So the incidents happens in the industry. Maybe year means, mistake means, seriously means, fatality. But taking an action after that incident is basically a reactive approach. And we are here to take a proactive approach by way of introducing a safety systems, guidelines, and procedures. Whatever you have in your facility or the organization or the company, so those programs has to be enforced or implemented in what facility. This is the case study number 1 for the group 1, and this group 1 is belongs to this. And you can also analyze or visualize, but later as a group, if the group 1 is not able to give more thought, then it can be passed on to others. Basically, it is an interactive session. I want to keep all of them to participate. 2 workers were standing on the deck of a lorry to unload steel beams. The lorry, which was unmanned and parked on the slope, rolled on the slope. The steel beams swung off the moving lorry and hit the workers. One worker died while the other suffered some cuts. You can see similar type of incidents in our day-to-day life. So looking at the incident, so I can ask the group to discuss among yourself, and please let us know the basic cause and the root cause.
You have to follow proper mechanical handling practice.
Now I give 5 minutes rather than individual perceptions. I want the group collective perceptions or the thoughts. That gives more impact.
Actually, when we accept the practice, can we provide at the same alertness of the worker? A mechanical handling practice, one practice can be superior to the other. For example, we use forklift trucks while unloading the beams. Where the driver is safe, the lifting lowering mechanism is also improved, and also the beam can be unloaded. Here, even half-conscious worker can do it. But by the very nature, the design of the forklift itself is such that it will accident.
But one point is we noted here that there is a rolling accident, rolling out.
That indicates the second point. Second point, the lorry which was unmanned, just like
Okay.
the unmanned and parked on a slope. The one signal man on the wheel stopper should be provided while parking.
Right, wheel chocks and
Wheel stopper.
wheel chocks and brakes.
The precautions have to be taken while parking the lorry. They should put some sort of
Wheel chocks.
sleep or so that it could be.
Probably we are jumping to the conclusion. First of all, root cause, what he asked.
Precautions have to be taken while parking the lorry, the unmanned lorry, because some type of skip should have been put in the within the track so that it should not roll down, even though it is unmanned also.
Okay. Yeah, but here we must also ask a question, like to your point and your point, that then why? Why did it happen? Okay. Why was the wheel chock not placed? And then we need to understand the answer to why. When we understand, and And the point where we can stop, and we know that here, if we implement this practice, this accident will not be repeated, that's the root cause.
Corrective
Right.
actions to
Precautions, the precautions should have been taken.
Yeah. Now, if you ask why the wheel chocks were not placed for us, we get an answer that no wheel chocks on truck. If you ask why no wheel chocks on truck, because the company doesn't have a policy for wheel chocks. The workers were not trained to carry wheel chocks. No one initiated to procure wheel chocks. Right? Driver was never trained to pull the handbrakes while parking the vehicle. So we need to look into the why, and ask questions people these days.
Okay. Thank you, Nirupam. See, basically we have a lot of cause and the contributing factors. When we have a cause, we need to find out the root cause. And the root cause is such that it should not repeat the incident in the future. The recurrence of the incident will not happen. Okay. In this case, if you say, we have got it's actually basically an uneven level where the stoppers are not there. But if you go back again, ask your question, why question, or fishbone analysis you did, any root cause analysis you use. So basically we come to the point where we need to focus. Okay, that is the root cause.
And one more thing, Ranga, may I add, is that many times than not, what we find is that the root cause is placed far away from the
Exactly.
location of the incident. Right? It may be some management policy, it may be a gap in training, it may be some failure in the program, in the system.
Okay. Any other thoughts from the other groups?
Here there are three groups. The three groups are
So
discussing among
we have got
themselves
a
different
cause of the
possibilities.
contributing factors. It's actually a gist, it is not actually the complete where I captured. The lorry loader driver had switched off the engine and engaged in the handbrake of the lorry. But however, he did not place a stopper behind the wheel of the lorry. I'll give a case study on this. When I was working in the earlier industry, basically people used to apply the hand grab by switching off the wheel. And they not provided the wheel chokes or the stoppers. And the parking where he has done, basically it is a slope. And the driver went into the truck and he tried to operate the engine. But because of the choke, the air blockage, it doesn't happen. It doesn't start. And he released the handbrake and also he put the gear in the neutral position. So it ran backwards and hit the compound valve. Unfortunately, nothing has happened to the person. So this is the other case. The slope was cut at a gradient of 1 to 7, which is considered steep for a walk pace. Despite its steepness, the occupant did not impose the necessary safety precautions. So we have one worker killed, maybe struck by an object, failure to secure, basic cause of lack of experience, inadequate work standards, but here actually just a causes. Okay, but again we need to go back to the root cause. Failure of safety management system like hazard analysis and disbursement, safe work practices and procedures. Do you have any thoughts or something? So recommendations: place stopper behind the wheels of the lorry before any unloading and loading takes place. Provide regular safety briefings to drivers on loading and unloading procedures. Take extra care to ensure the safety of the person working in train operations. I'm just giving a thought where actually how can the accidents can happen. Okay. The second is for the group 2. This is actually the excavation work, where worker A was supervising the excavation of a trench. The bank of the trench collapsed and worker A was found inside the trench. Partially covered with the granite rocks and quarry dust, the slip from the bank. He had suffered a severe head injury and was pronounced dead at the scene. What was the basic causes? The root cause. Group 2.
Batteries.
You can discuss discuss among yourself. Yes.
Soil may be one reason. Soil. Products are not
Collective decision can be taken.
दीजिए उधर ग्रुप 2 को दीजिए दीजिए इधर उधर उधर The group 2 is now discussing among themselves about the various possibilities
Okay.
that is the answer to the problem.
You can produce your thoughts.
Basically, this type of strange walking in the field, the loose soil may be one of the reasons, and insufficient protection wall not giving because cutting the loose strange. And another PP not protective device, protective device not not putting in head, so head injury occurred.
Okay. So you basically talk about the loose soil which is already in the grading. So you gone for the trench where the, okay. Any other thoughts from the group? Yeah, please.
actually proper risk assessment and work methodology.
Okay.
Mike.
So the excavated material should be placed at a distance of 2 meters
Okay.
from the trench,
Very good.
and proper guarding should be provided so that the excavated materials does not fall from the excavated trench.
Okay.
This is
Any
the
other thoughts
answer
from
from
the
group 3.
Already the trench has not been given the proper slope as required by the soil type.
Very
Based on
good.
the soil type.
Good.
And the material was not placed far away from the edges. If there was not a possibility of giving a slope, the edges, the wall was not given proper support.
Okay. Good.
These may be the reasons.
Okay. Any other thoughts from the group 5? Yeah.
Adequate material not used for soaring. It's like and age protection not done in the world.
Okay. Good. Anybody? I think the looking at the thoughts, we have whenever we go for an excavation, with reference to the type of soil, we go with the bench-wise excavation. It's an angle of 3/4. It depends on the type of soil. If it cannot be done due to a constraints in the workplace, we go with the shoring. Correct? So here the cause may be the shoring has not been done at the angle of 3/4. Not done.
Sir, another one.
Yeah.
The supervisor who is supervising the excavation, he should not enter the barricaded area. He should be out of the
Correct,
barricaded.
correct. So that's what. See, we have many thoughts on the causes and the contributing factors. So I'm not going to find out which is the root cause here. So we have causes, but with reference to the YY analysis, taking the all measures, management failures or human failure or equipment failure or system failure, we're going to assess the root cause. So prior to the accident, the project manager checked the excavation work and saw that the depth of the trench had not met the requirements. He told worker here to install shoring for the trench before further excavation. Worker A then tasked 2 other workers to carry out shoring work for the trench. While the workers went to fetch the timbers, worker A was seen going in the trench to check for any underground services that might be located in the trench. This was to ensure the service would not be damaged when the timbers were inserted into the ground. The trench collapsed and granite rocks and quarry dust landed on the work. So this is actually the cause. And looking at this hint at the underground services. So one of the suggestion I can give always, whenever most of the people knows, whenever we go for an excavation, we need to check the underground utilities.
The permit is required.
Permit is required, and the underground checking of the underground utilities is a mandatory requirement nowadays. So